Hi, Beardos. Joe here, and we can't come to the phone right now because, well, we don't want to. So, leave us a message right here, and we will listen to it as soon as we feel like it. Bye!
Hi, this is Isaac. I started listening to the podcast not too long ago, and I thought, what a better way to ring in my first full year on testosterone than to call in and leave a voicemail. And I thought, what better thing to say than I listened to an episode a while ago where you had a fuck, marry, kill that was anger from Inside Out, Belsky, and the mode. And I thought I would give my 2 cents. I would kill anger. I would kill anger because he's angry. I don't want to deal with that. I would marry Mike Wazowski because he's funny and, it might be fun. And I'm surprised nobody else said this, but I would fuck Edna Mode because there's absolutely no way she doesn't have a sex dungeon somewhere in that big house of hers. Even though she has all sorts of weird gadgets, I think that'd be wild. So thank you for a fun show, and I look forward to hearing the next episode. Bye.
And welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 20 of Beards and Sundries.
20!
I'm going to drink. I'm not going to wait till 21.
Mom, it's just some Smirnoff.
Oh, God.
Oh. Well, just like everyone's favorite illegal beverage, it is our 20th lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where 3 gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry in each episode.
My name is Jay, and I like big boys, itty bitty boys, Mississippi boys, inner city boys.
And I'm Anthony, the $20 frozen margarita from the food court in the arena that won't even get you tipsy.
Oh.
And related, I'm Joe, the long-forgotten $35 souvenir cup smashed into the dirt on the way out of the venue. And today's sundry is concerts. That's right, Beardos, there have been quite a few low and high-profile concerts lately, and it put us all in the mood to discuss all things live entertainment. Sit back and enjoy, and see if you agree with all of our hot takes. And later on for us, Anthony has crafted a fun quiz this week.
So what's funny is actually when this episode releases, I will probably be driving back from Tulsa after seeing the Lizzo concert.
I hope I won't be awake, but I might be awake at that time.
I don't want to be awake at that time, but we opted not to get a hotel because by the time we thought about it, everything near downtown was pretty booked. And I was like, let's just effing go home. So
I would offer to let you stay at the house, but we've got our friend Colby coming in from out of town this weekend. And
Hi,
then
Colby.
We also have my friends Alan and Aaron are coming over to play Magic the Gathering with me.
Yeah!
Well, the 2 girls I'm going with are moms, and I'm pretty sure they'll want to get back, or else they'll want to stay forever. I don't know, but we just opted not to get a hotel, so we're going to drive back, because here we are.
Anyways, before we move on, we should probably talk about that voicemail.
Yes!
Isaac, you pose an interesting perspective on that fuck, marry, kill. I never thought about Edna having a sex dungeon, but it makes so much sense. And I bet it is fabulous.
It's got to be a bomb-ass sex dungeon, too. It's not just like you walk in and go, 3 dildos and a whip? Like, she's got technology.
No, that's just the password.
I bet she's got a whole electronic wall of just different dildos and penetration toys and flesh jacks and vibrators, butt plugs, cock rings, the whole 9 there.
You walk in, you think it's a big closet because there's just a bunch of foreplay costumes, but then she goes, and all of a sudden this whole wall opens up and it's just full of toys.
And slings like drop from the ceiling.
Well, I mean, think about it. Whenever they first walk into her house and that giant Gatling gun comes out of the ceiling, just imagine the phallic things that she's made.
That come out of the ceiling.
That come out of the ceiling, that come out of the walls, that come out of the doorknobs, that probably come out of the bidet.
I'm also thinking of like a sling that sort of like grabs you and like pulls you into it and restrains you, but then like it also has some sort of like comfort level detector. So if you get too uncomfortable during penetration, it sprays you with poppers.
Mm.
And it's fireproof and elastic.
You get grabbed into like that demo area where Edna and Helen are watching like the whole show go down sideways, like slowly going to the side. But like that's you just in some contraption, like just getting fucking wrecked.
You guys, I want to do this now. I kind of want to fuck Edna Mode.
The image that just went through my head is that like Mrs. Incredible's following her as she's walking along, and they just walk by this door that opens, and some guy's like strung up, or girl is just strung up back there with something like a ball gag in his mouth or something, and then the door closes, and she's like, "Now, darling."
That's where all the heroes are. Syndrome didn't kill them. Edna's just testing on them.
You're walking by these different closets that Edna has, and it's like, you know, spandex suits, dresses, and then like you just walk by one that says the she, theys, and gays dungeon, and you stop, and she's like, "Don't ask, darling."
I just keep on walking.
Well, we're glad that you're a new listener, and we appreciate you listening also.
Yes.
Yes, and congratulations for 1 year on T. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Well, then without further ado, Joe, what kind of sundries can I purchase at the memorabilia stand at the concert venue?
Are there sundries available in that line outside the bathroom?
Well, besides very oversized t-shirts and wristbands and probably some glow sticks or something. So if you guys are new to the show and you're just wondering what the hell a sundry is, besides a live concert venue souvenir, the term comes from an Old English word meaning odds and ends. Now, today it's used mainly in retail to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as three very live gay men with beards, we are using the word to describe the wide range of topics that we cover.
Wow.
Fantastic.
I'll also have you know that I was caught off guard with that, and that's the first time I've read that through without looking at my computer screen once.
Oh.
Look at you.
I only stumbled a little near the end, but I got through the whole thing on take one.
You did a great job.
So I do want to talk about music venues that we're familiar with now, but I would like to kind of go back in time a little bit and talk about band concerts, because I was a band kid growing up.
Oh my god. Yes.
You guys let me know when you're done with this portion.
And my mom and dad probably are thinking like, oh god, here we go. I would like to formally apologize for all the number of band concerts, elementary, middle, high, all of them. I'm sure they were just, I mean, maybe they were all right. The Christmas ones usually kind of slap because we always did Sleigh Ride, but they were probably pretty boring. And I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming to all my stupid fucking band stuff. So thank you very much.
It's funny as a kid, too, how much we looked at those choir and band concerts and just thought, these are such a big deal. Like, if people don't show up to this, what more in life is there to do? This is priority. And now I look back and I'm like,
this is the most important thing.
I look back and I'm like, Jesus, oh my God, no wonder parents hated that.
I wanted to throw in the fact that in 8th grade, I was voted most musical in my middle school.
Oh, I was voted most musical and best actor in my senior yearbook, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, Joe's little like subtext thing for his 8th grade graduation photo was like, beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat them, the more you toot.
I'm just mad because my middle school had more people in it than your entire town.
That's pretty fucking true. I'm not mad about it, but it is true.
It's not hard to beat us little small town boys.
I guess we did have concerts in college too, because I was in marching band in college all 4 years, and at the end of the year season we'd have a keynotes concert where we played a bunch of like all the tunes and everything, so that was always fun because that was a way to wrap up the season.
Oh my gosh, I literally just had this conversation when I was with my friends at my haircut before we recorded, in my first year of college, because I was on a full vocal scholarship, I had to be in the musical, and we did High School Musical.
What?
It was the worst experience of my life. I still have PTSD from it. If I hear a single song, my stomach, I'm not even joking when I say this, my stomach gets upset. Like,
We're all
the moment,
in this together.
and I'm actually calling into work right now because I just don't feel good. But
Who were you?
so I wasn't anyone important. I didn't.
No, but
look
who were
like-
you in the play?
Right.
I was 3 different people. I was like, and this is, I'm getting to the good part. So I was like a thespian. I was a nerd at the lunch table.
Yeah, but who were you in the play?
Right.
Oh, shut up. Well, here's the part where I was in the play. I was the basketball player. And there was one song and a routine where we're all dribbling basketballs up on stage in a routine between the legs and all of these things. And it was the worst experience. I was terrible at it.
Why? You're so good at ball handling.
I know. You would think one ball, I knew how to handle that, but here we are.
Tell me there's videos somewhere. Is there an archive?
I just talked about this, though, and I remember my stepdad and my mom came to my very first night, and we were all very kind of clumsy up on stage, and our whole routine with the basketball thing was bad. And I'll never forget that when it was over, my stepdad goes, "Yeah, you look like you're struggling with the basketball up there."
What the fuck? You came to a play and that's what you were worried about?
And I walked up and I had my hands out and I was like, "Well, have you ever tried singing, dancing, and dribbling a basketball?" No, I'm kidding. I wasn't that bad.
Tina!
But get me the axe. But it was so funny talking about that because my friends were like, "Wow, that's what he said to you? How do you feel about that?" And I'm like, "Shut up! I don't need therapy." And other lies I tell myself. A book by Tony Lodge.
So concerts.
So what was you guys' first concert that you went to?
Good question. I was going to say that too.
Oh my god. Does anybody want to go first?
I got it. I did think about it for a second to remember.
My very first concert I went to was a Skillet concert. And now, if you aren't familiar with the band Skillet, they are a Christian rock band. There was a song that I wanted to request from my local Christian radio station, and I called them to request it, not realizing that they were doing a contest at the time, which I accidentally won.
Wow.
In Oklahoma City. And so I was excited because I listened to Skillet at the time because I was a good little Christian boy. So that was my first concert. And I don't know that I regret it, but it was definitely a thing.
So my first concert, I do not know any of the bands. I have no clue what it was, but I was brought to a Christian concert.
No way.
So I knew none of the songs because, well, even though we grew up very religious, we grew up old-fashioned. So I knew all the old hymns. I didn't know any contemporary music. So we're at this like...
Oh, really? They wouldn't even let you do the contemporary stuff?
Oh, we didn't do that. We were always very old.
Oh, at least we got contemporary stuff.
This explains a lot about you, Jay.
Yeah, no. We didn't get that. Oh, and I still love the old hymnals because I just like how pretty they are.
There is something nice about some classic Christian music where you're just like, God, if it weren't so terrible, it does bring back good memories.
Our God is an awesome God.
Not that one, Joe. Not that one. That one sucks. No.
But I remember going with my stepsister and her church people at the time, and afterwards we got in line to get autographs, and I didn't know what we were doing. And so finally I figured out that we're standing in line for an autograph. So I think I just grabbed a random piece of paper that was near me, and then I brought it up, and I'm pretty sure it had like a competitor band's name on it when we were getting autographs. Because I had no clue what we were doing. Nobody said anything, but all these kids were excited about this. And I'm just like, That was my first ever concert, and it was weird.
Crushed it.
We're still up in the nosebleed because you don't pay for much at church.
Joe, what was your first concert? Your very first one?
I think it was technically Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and I think my ex took me to tickets actually in Oklahoma City at the what's that arena, Jay, across from your work? Chesapeake?
It's now the Paycom Center, which it used to be the Chesapeake Arena, which before that was the Ford Center.
Did you go with Tyler before you and I started dating? Because I know you and I went.
You and I went here in Tulsa.
That's right, yes.
I think I might be thinking of the Cox Center.
That kind of older building that's not as big.
It's been so long ago, Jay. This was like 12 years ago.
Back then it was the Cox Center, which was an event venue, but it was kind of our convention center downtown at the time, which now Cox Center is actually a movie studio. Oklahoma City downtown is a movie studio, which they've been actually...
Are they filming Twister there?
Twisters?
Yeah, they've been recording Twisters here. They closed down one of my favorite bakeries downtown where I usually get a cruffin so they could make it a New York City coffee shop.
What the fuck is a cruffin?
A cruffin, I believe, is a muffin that's baked to have layers like a croissant.
So it is a croissant muffin.
Kind of like a cronut?
Yes, same concept. And let me tell you, they stuff it with, there's 4 flavors there, and the one I always get's actually raspberry. And they stuff it with a raspberry jelly and cream cheese, and it is fantastic.
Sorry, what flavor?
Raspberries.
Oh my god.
It's full of raspberries and cream cheese. I know. How did I not catch that?
Oh, I hate it here.
You're welcome.
You're stuck here with us, Anthony. Na, 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 na.
But yeah, I think that was my first concert, like going to a show. Like that was it. Just Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which was great. I mean, they're awesome live.
That's kind of surprising to me because I feel like as musically oriented as you were growing up, I would have felt like you would have gone to some sort of concert.
It just was never really like... I mean, the closest event center for us basically was Pittsburgh, and just... we never really went for anything other than Kennywood or, I don't know, like to drive through up there or to go to the airport. So, like, we just never really went to any shows when I was growing up. Like, I was the show. My band stuff.
Shut the fuck up.
We just never really went to concerts. My parents went to concerts when they were younger, so they were kind of concerted out.
And when I was younger, 1, we couldn't afford concerts, and 2, when we could afford concerts, when Mom remarried, they just weren't concert people. They didn't enjoy going to those shows, so I never went.
Speaking of my mom, quick side tangent follow-up. She responded to last week's show about thinking about Doggett from the X-Files, and she says, "Yes, I thought Doggett was hot. After all, he's blonde and looks tall."
Thanks, Mom. Somebody's on my side. But back to concerts. So I actually saw Trans-Siberian Orchestra in 2011 here downtown. At the time, it was the Chesapeake Arena, which is where our Thunder play right now. And
maybe that was it, because I think I have the shirt.
I'm positive I lost hearing at that concert.
Oh my god. Yeah, and we were up in the nosebleeds, and we could feel the heat from the pyrotechnics.
Yes, you can feel those in a suite.
Well, because they always close with Wizards in Winter, and that song is so intense, and they stretch it on for like 6 minutes, and they just fire, 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 and you can feel it from your seat.
My first time I went, I was front row.
Holy shit.
Like, you were looking up, it was terrible. The second time I went, it was my friend, I think, had won tickets through work and asked me to go with him, so we were in my company's suite. And it was funny because I told him, I said, trust me, if we sit inside behind the glass, you're going to be just as happy watching the show from here. And my favorite part was probably, because, you know, old people love to go to Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which makes no sense because it's, well, it does because it's so loud, but they're so deaf, it doesn't matter. But so the show, it's very dark. And then all of these flames suddenly start appearing. And it kind of looks like a bomb blasted off and everyone shielding their eyes when the fire explodes, because I remember being up in the suite and I'm just watching all these old people go, ah, shielding their eyes. Each time, like, these bright flames, they'd be like, ah. And I felt so bad, but it was
That
funny.
was me, too.
Hell yeah. And then, like, I walk out of the show and I couldn't hear a damn thing.
Also, let it be known that Wizards in Winter is one of the most hardcore Christmas songs ever.
Yeah, right after 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, you fucking know it, bitch.
5 roast beef sandwiches.
When did this turn into an Arby's commercial?
Bad news, Beardos. This has always been one really long Arby's commercial. If you go back and you put together the first letter of the first word of the first sentence we say in every episode, it spells roast beef sandwiches with a lot of S's.
That's about far enough, Anthony. You're getting close to a secret that I don't think you can handle. Let it go.
Ooh, this is too spicy for the pepper.
God. So moving from the first concert we went to, I will say, like, the very next concert I went to, which was also the first real, well, I guess not, because I did go to some more Christian concerts that were technically at Falls Creek, but I didn't really count those because it was sort of a church camp thing.
So your first phrase was real concert, which I agree with. So let's talk about a real concert now.
Yeah. So I went and saw Incubus in concert. Oklahoma State used to put on an event called Orange Peel every year, and Orange Peel hosted some sort of mainstream band.
Was it kind of like the first week of school kind of thing?
I can't remember when it was. This was forever ago. But they used to, like, host a couple of mainstream bands. They had events and stuff going on. And I think they stopped doing it because of the debauchery that happened around town. You know, Oklahoma State's still a little conservative. But I remember distinctly, like, being in the stands and being so excited because I love Incubus. And I love them even more at the time. And I remember they came on stage and, like, you weren't supposed to smoke because it happens at Boone Pickens Stadium. And all of a sudden, like, the tobacco smoke smell that had been sort of pervasive turned entirely to weed.
Going hard for Christ? No, we're getting high for Incubus.
Going very casual, relaxed for Christ.
So that was my first real concert.
My first reel would have been Michael Bublé in Wichita, and that was actually a fantastic show. He's a great live performer.
He's actually a good singer.
Yeah, he's really good. And the show's not full of all of this bullshit to distract me. It's not overwhelmingly loud. It's not blinding me with fire. I didn't go deaf. It was just a really great show. And
I really think he's an old soul, so I guess you can relate because he's
funny.
He's very Sinatra. Like, he's very charismatic, and he's got a smooth kind of timbre to his voice, and he carries himself very well.
Very popular with middle-aged women, and that's huge, eh?
I am a middle-aged woman. Thank you so much. I will have to say that one of my favorite concerts, though, was a few years ago. I went to Fall Out Boy here in Oklahoma City at Paycom Arena.
Oh, that's fun.
And that was a great show because they sang great songs. Very enjoyable concert. That one was fun the whole way through.
I'd say my second concert, live, like, musician concert, was probably, Anthony, the one we went to in Dallas with Chad and that group when we went to go see Kelly Clarkson and Maroon 5. It was a joint concert sponsored by Honda. So they came together as two performing groups to kind of make this concert happen for, like, it was like fundraising or something weird. But one highlight of the concert, when Maroon 5 was out there, Adam Levine came out. He did some kind of in-between act thing where he had a signed guitar, and he, like, reached down to this kid in the audience to, like, luckily give her the guitar. And she had no idea who he was. And it was hilarious.
She had a Kelly Clarkson shirt on, and he starts handing her, he goes, "Oh no, you got a fucking Kelly Clarkson shirt on?" No. And then he walks away.
I was like, ooh, get wrecked.
Well, in the favor of time, I'd say let's do, like, what was your most recent concert and your favorite concert?
Shit, what was my most recent concert?
Are we counting, like, music concerts or shows? Because that could sway me either way.
Oh, you know what? Let's count musicals. I think that's concert adjacent.
That'll sway me then.
Most recent concert we went to was Florence and the Machine in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Well, actually, was it in St. Paul?
It was in St. Paul, yes.
And she was brilliant, as always. I loved
Yes.
it. It was fantastic.
And we had front row seats, so we had like these leather chairs. It was nice. And
it was incredible. But Florence is incredible. Anytime you get to go see her, you really should go. She's an incredible vocalist. The band is great. And she is an incredible show person. So absolutely 100% go see Florence and the Machine.
I don't remember my most recent concert. It may have literally been Fall Out Boy, which was 2018 or 19, and it's also my favorite concert. Well, it's up there with Michael Bublé.
Ooh, but you're about to have a concert this weekend.
But this concert with Lizzo I'm sure it'll be a good one, because now
that's this coming Saturday?
It is this Saturday,
so yesterday, technically?
Yes, so it's the day before this airs, yeah. And so, which I forget how much I love Lizzo's music until I pop open a playlist of Lizzo on Spotify, and I just go through it, and I'm like, oh my god, I know so many of these songs and love them all.
I get off work at 4:30, so I'm heading straight home and never leaving the house again until the next day.
Yeah, don't do it.
Well, since Anthony said the most recent concert was Florence in Minneapolis, I'll go back to the one before that we went to was it last March, Anthony?
It was last March.
God, it's already been a year. Okay, so then our concert before this was just over a year ago. Anthony got me tickets to go see Dua Lipa for my birthday last year here in Tulsa, and she was fabulous. And I went into it kind of not knowing what to expect, because a lot of times with a lot of popular pop stars, they can sometimes lip sync, or they kind of phone it in, or they kind of go kind of half-assed. She was really great. She actually sang, and she did 19 tracks after a half-hour opening set from Megan Thee Stallion. So, like, she has got some pipes on her, and she was very entertaining, and the show was great. Like, she had a lot of great set pieces. She had some great backup dancers. It was a really entertaining show.
I was going to say, don't forget, Megan Thee Stallion was actually the mid-act. Caroline Polachek opened.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Caroline Polachek opened, and she was really good, too.
Since I didn't have anything that exciting to talk about, I will say that Frank went to Taylor Swift down in Houston, and I can confidently say his favorite concert, most recent concert, he's still suffering PTSD from missing that concert.
I was going to say, how much did he spend on it? I've heard that people spent thousands of dollars to go to that concert.
I have no clue. I didn't ask those details.
I wouldn't ask either. Just leave it unknown.
I'm like, that is your life, your finances. I don't want to know.
Because I've heard that people would spend thousands of dollars on that concert.
To move to favorite concerts, I think Joe knows what I'm going to say, so I'm just going to go with it.
Do it.
Easily, 2019, Florence and the Machine, live at Red Rocks in Morrison, Colorado. It was a fucking magical experience. Joe got us the tickets for our first wedding anniversary.
So the first wedding anniversary gift is paper. So I got him tickets to go see Florence and the Machine. And it was at Red Rocks in Morrison, California. Oh my God. This venue.
Colorado.
In Morrison, Colorado. This venue is literally carved into the side of a mountain peak. It is gorgeous. They play off the acoustics with all the rocks. And as we walked in, we got a plastic bag, and ours were royal blue. And I was like, what's this for? And we opened it up, and it said, when she plays, what's the song?
Cosmic Love.
When Cosmic Love comes on, put your phone's flashlight on, put your phone in this bag and hold it up. And we didn't know at the time, but when Cosmic Love came on, we all did it. And from the bottom all the way up, all of our phone flashlights in these colored plastic bags formed a rainbow. So starting from purple up to blue, because we were in row 16, all the way up to the top of the venue made a giant rainbow. And it was snowing, and it was dark, so all the flashlights were making this rainbow pattern. It was ethereal.
I wanted to go to Red Rock when I was in Colorado, just because I've never actually been to the venue, but I know it's gorgeous. And so we were going to go, but then I found out it was Ganja Fest weekend. And so all day it was just busy. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to go fight parking just to see and smell this. So I'm like, I'll just do it
parking
another time.
is like on the side of a hill too, and it's quite the hike to get up there.
Yeah, so I was like, we'll do it another time for either a concert or when nothing's going on.
It's really cool.
So we got there and it was snowy already, and it had been snowing, and so it was icy going up the steps to get to the top and get to the Red Rocks like venue. But when I tell you, when Florence came out and all the lights went off and the spotlight came down on her and there was snow sifting through the spotlight.
It was your first time seeing her live.
She began to sing the song June. It's my first time seeing her live, and she was wearing this like really flowy, almost nightgown. The emotions I felt cannot be quantified in any way, shape, or form. I think I ascended to heaven and then fell straight to hell. And then somehow like bounced back up into my body and finished the concert.
And then you bounce back and it's Joe and me going, all right, love yourself, bye.
But I can't put any more words to it than Joe already did. It was ethereal. I think that's a really great way to describe it. It was almost like being at not a concert so much as you were at this experience, this event, this one-time thing that was never going to happen again.
You'll have to put some video on the overlay of the YouTube video, Anthony, because that video with the rainbow effect was so pretty. And also, she does this thing in her concerts where she'll be like, everyone put your phones away. I want you to jump. I want you to turn to the person next to you and tell them you love them. And she loves it.
If you've never been here before, I want you to, like, when I say run, I want you to jump for as high and as long as you can. Like, and she'll tell you, like, I want you to turn to one another, tell each other you love each other, embrace each other, like do the whole thing. And it was just, and you do, because you feel all of these emotions that you will not feel again. I'm not a sappy person, but I told a bunch of people I loved them that day.
Yes, you did.
I want you to know that I feel ethereal when I eat cheesecake, so that's where I match you.
If I had a cheesecake there, I mean, that would be top notch.
You literally would just die and never come back.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, guys, I want a cheesecake so bad right now.
Well, I'll go ahead and say my favorite concert. Mine was actually musical, and I'll say that mine was probably when we saw Book of Mormon here in Tulsa. I didn't know, I knew going into it that it was a good show. I'd heard wonderful things about it. And they finally came to Tulsa and we got tickets. And I had no idea how snarky and funny and catchy and like smart this show was. And it certainly earns all of the accolades and praise that it gets because it is so incredible. And I still sing Turn It Off in my car all the time, but it's just so fucking funny. Like when they do the part where they turn the lights up with the clapping noise and then it comes back on and they're all wearing the pink sparkly sequin vests and bow ties. I think that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen on stage in my life.
I still haven't seen that. I need to go see it when I go to New York.
Jay, you really need to go see it because I'm shocked that you haven't seen it yet. It is so good.
I'm real bad about going to shows.
Jay, I'll go out here with an unpopular opinion, possibly, and I will tell you that I think it's funnier than Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
That wouldn't shock me at all. I don't even doubt you, and I haven't seen it.
I think you would absolutely adore it.
I think it's my show, exactly.
Well, Jay, what is your favorite concert you've ever been to? Is it Fall Out Boy?
He said Fall Out Boy, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that, because it really brought back, I don't know, nostalgia from high school, shit like that. It was just, they sang all the stuff I wanted, and they sounded good. They were not dubbing, or they were not
That's surprising to me, because they're a
anything.
band that I really wouldn't think would be good like that. That's surprising to me.
That's probably why I enjoyed it so much, is I think I expected it just to be lip syncing. And being like, oh, okay, so I'm going to listen to the radio, but see them in person on a stage.
We saw Britney in concert, and that was what that was. But I still loved it. I had a great time. I was like,
I still loved it. I like Britney.
You want to know my least favorite concert I've ever been to? And this is actually beating the Christian concert that I didn't know what was going on.
Yes.
It was Miranda Lambert.
oh, really?
You went to go see Miranda Lambert?
I was with friends, and they were just like, we have to go. And so, we got tickets that were top row. I literally had a headrest, which was the wall of the stadium. And everything sounded alike. I hated it. She was boring. This is when she was still married to Blake Shelton, right? That sounds right. And he appeared on stage, and then like months later, if even, they divorced. So I was like, ooh, how fake was that? That's cute. I really hated that concert.
Not a concert that I've been there to hate, but I've heard that the Black Eyed Peas are terrible in concert.
Well, it's probably Fergie just doing cartwheels on stage going, whoa, whoa. And she opens with the national anthem.
The national anthem?
Yeah.
I think my least favorite concert experience was watching TSO with my coworkers and my boss because we were all crammed up there in the BOK Center. And I just didn't want to be there. I liked some of my coworkers at the time, but like I just didn't want to be there for most of it. I was like, this is not a thing. Like, you should have taken us to dinner, and just that was it. Like,
and when you're just waiting for something to be over like that, it just drags on forever.
And I just kept being like, when is Wizards in Winter?
Yeah, because then you're like, at least I know the show is almost 12 minutes from being over.
That's definitely how I was the second time I saw Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I was like, all right, when's this song coming on?
It makes me wonder if there are people that like go to see them more than once and enjoy it, because like, while their music slaps, I feel like I enjoy it more in my car.
Lots of families do it annually.
I think if I had known that you had seen it with Tyler, probably wouldn't have bought those tickets because
I forgot about Bruno Mars. I saw Bruno Mars at the BOK Center. That was a good concert.
I bet it was. He's a really good singer.
Oof. That was a really good concert.
I was going to say, Jay, you've probably been to quite a few.
Do I put Bruno Mars or Fall Out Boy? Fall Out Boy impressed me more because I didn't expect them to be as good as they were. So Bruno Mars is second. Michael Bublé is just, I know he's good, but yeah.
I think you're really going to enjoy Lizzo's concert. I haven't heard a lot about her show myself, but I think that she has just that right amount of talent and like charisma on stage that I think it's really going to be an entertaining show.
I feel good about this show. I'm excited to go see it. We're in a good spot, so we're not just like up in the middle of nowhere, but we're not way up front.
Speaking of Lizzo, the year before we went to go see Florence in 19, Anthony, wasn't the tour before that? Wasn't Florence's opening act Lizzo?
I don't remember, but I feel like that's right.
Something like that. It was like either a tour or a tour before that. Lizzo used to open for Florence and the Machine. Can you imagine? I would die.
Guys, all of these concerts I've been to are starting to like flood back into my brain. I forgot in like 2011, I also saw Billy Joel and Elton John.
I know you've been to more than what you're letting on, because you're such a musical guy.
Yeah, but I still don't go to a lot. But Billy Joel, Elton John was good. We bought the tickets last second. And again, I was using the wall as a headrest. That was a pretty good concert. I think I would appreciate it now more than I did then, because I have a love for older music now.
So, do you guys think it's time for a commercial?
It's probably time for a commercial.
I think it's time for an intermission.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
And now, for a word from our sponsor, ScalpTix.com, the ticket scalping website. Do you love going to concerts but hate trying to get tickets right as sales open on your venue's website? Is paying market value to see Adele too cheap to brag about? Do you want to buy tickets that have already been purchased by a mega corporation and are being resold at a 10 times markup? Well, you need to head over to ScalpTix.com. At ScalpTix.com, we use our massive network of bots to buy up every single ticket we can so that you have to purchase them through us. Don't worry, though. It's all totally legal because capitalism isn't designed to protect its citizens. So head over to scalptix.com to get your event tickets now, because you don't really have any other fucking choice. Scalptix.com, where encores are extra.
Hey guys, make sure you follow and subscribe to our podcast so you can receive a notification every Sunday when a new episode drops.
Scalp ticks. It's not head lice, it's scalp ticks. An encore? That's extra. Thank God I know to go to their site's extras tab for that extra charge.
You know, guys, I just love paying 10 times market value for concert tickets, and that's why I go to scalptix.com.
I love paying extra for all the bots that have to sit there and refresh the page, even though you already know it's not going to load.
I love posting tickets on there that I don't actually have and taking your money and then losing the tickets.
Oh, that actually is my favorite, because then I'll buy other tickets with them.
Yay, profit!
I like how the artists always speak out against scalp ticks and then nothing happens.
I like how capitalism does something about it. Oh, wait.
I love trickle-down economics whenever I trickle it all my way.
Capitalism breeds innovation. Here's a new way to cheat you out of your money.
That's just rent. The show. Oh, tickets? Scalptix.com. Ow, my scalp.
Scalptix.com. Ah!
So, does anybody have something to check out this week, guys?
I do have something to check out this week, Joe. Thank you for asking. And this week, my something to check out is the actor Chris Grace. So Chris Grace is an actor who played Jerry in NBC Superstore. He's also appeared in Pen 15. He's appeared in Broad City and Atypical. And he is a stand-up comedian. So he has done stand-up all over the world. But currently, he is doing a Kickstarter for a project that he calls Chris Grace, as Scarlett Johansson, which is made even funnier by the fact that Chris Grace is an Asian actor portraying Scarlett Johansson. So there's the comedy behind it. You can also find him in shows on the channel Dropout, which we have plugged here before, but Chris Grace appears on some different Dropout shows. I don't know if he's appeared on Actually yet, but I know he's appeared on Dirty Laundry, and I cannot remember which other one.
Or was it Make Some Noise?
Make Some Noise. That's what it was. So anyways, he is hilarious. He's a comedian, and you should absolutely support him. He has a burgeoning career, and I really think that he could use your support in his Kickstarter. We will put the link in the show notes, so please go and contribute what you can to his Kickstarter. His goal is only $16,000, and that will help him complete the start of his show. And I'm sure he would appreciate it as much as I do.
I also want to pinch his cheeks. He's so adorable.
I also have a goal of $16,000, so if you don't want to no, I'm kidding.
For what? For what?
Debt.
Debt. Hey.
You can find him on TikTok and Instagram at Chris Grace Comedy. We'll link his link tree as well as the Kickstarter project in the show notes. Jay, do we have any Beardo submitted sundries this week?
We do. Because of my hectic schedule, I was a little lax on social media for a bit, and so I'm catching myself back up. And so we did get an email from George and Anthony again out of San Antonio. Yay!
Hi, boys.
So ironically, they flew into Denver right after I got back from Denver.
Really?
And so...
did they go to DPDO?
Damn it. Hey, George, Anthony, did you go to DPDO? Tell us.
That'd be great for their punny pictures, DPDO. Because they could be like, oh, double penetration?
I did DPDO. That reminds me of that funny video. Dat pussy dough. Oh, Despacito.
Oh my God, shut up.
That was George's first time on a plane. So.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I know. That's exciting. Granted, my first time on a plane was when I was 25, and everyone looked at me like I was crazy. They did say that, as always, they love our show. They love everything we do. So, and they hope I had a safe trip back. But we love you. Thank you so much for messaging us again. Please let us know how Denver was for you, how your flight back was, all that jazz. What'd you do? Tell us. Tell us.
Fly the plane going to Denver.
And all that jazz.
I was so distraught I blacked out. But whenever I came to, there was blood all over my hands. Okay, Catherine Zeta-Jones, calm down.
I just watched this movie for the first time the other day, and it was
What'd you
really
think of it?
good. I love it.
They did such a good job at subliminal messages in that film, I thought, especially like the reporters.
I appreciated the format of it, I think is what really got me, where I felt like all of the musical portions of it, aside from the actual on stage in the club portion, were all in Renee Zellweger's head. And I really liked that. And it really was just like a thing where I don't know. I enjoyed the format of it. I enjoyed all the actresses. I love Renee Zellweger. I love Catherine Zeta-Jones. I love Queen Latifah. It was just really good.
It was a really good movie.
I had no idea that John C. Reilly was in it.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Also, and I text you guys about this, but I knew all of the songs.
I just love that film a lot. And there's very few songs I don't enjoy. I enjoy that they bring out kind of the concept of back in the day that, for example, the French girl that was innocent.
Yes, she was. I thought she was Hungarian.
Or Hungarian. That's what it was. She was Hungarian. Hungarian. And because she was foreign, and so she didn't really quite get a fair trial. And there was all of kind of that messaging in there, and how if you do it properly, you can basically run the press however you want. And that's still true today.
Do we have anything additional to that, Jay?
Besides that, no, I don't remember anything that came in.
Well, then, if not, then let's move on to our game.
Is it game time?
Oh, Anthony, did I hear you have the game this week?
Yes, I do have a game for you guys this week.
Just FYI, there was an audio delay this entire time, so if I lose, it's not fair.
We're going to play a game called Sing That Tune. I am going to name a song and artist, and the first person to sing 5 seconds of that song, whoever sings the best 5 seconds of it to me, gets the point. So, are you guys ready?
La 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 la
La, 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 la. Yes.
Mama
ready.
made me mash my M&Ms.
You're welcome to sing them simultaneously. Do whatever you need to do to impress me.
Hello, I love you, goodbye, good riddance. Yes, ready.
Song number 1. Believe by Cher.
Do you believe in life after love? That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, Joe, go for it.
No matter how hard you try, you keep pushing me aside.
Yes!
Joe gets this one.
Joe gets that one.
Good for you. I love it.
Okay, I'm figuring out this game as we go, and I'm ready.
And for a bonus, I'll do the South Park version.
And for the bonus, I'm gonna do the Jack lyrics, or the Jack version from Will and Grace. If I could turn back time.
Oh.
So, song number 2 is Truth Hurts by Lizzo.
I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems, that's a human in me. Boy, that is a lot harder to do on my high pitch.
Wild man great till they gotta be great. Woo! I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100.
So, Jay's going to get that one because you sang the same lyrics, and I think you did it a little bit better. Song number 3 is gonna be... Oh, you guys are going to love this one. The Rose by Bette Midler.
Oh my god, I love this song.
Just remember in the winter, while beneath the bitter snow.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed.
Jay also gets that one. That was a really good rendition
Hey.
of The Rose.
Listen, that is a beautiful song to me, and I love that one.
I kind of want us to do the Family Guy version of it. Anyways, number 4 is Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa.
Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with a word goodbye?
Did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe.
I'm going to give it to Joe. He knows it better, and he definitely hit it better.
For sure.
It's ironic because I don't really like that song very much. It's probably one of my least favorites.
So actually, I'm in the same boat. That's why I didn't really... It took a while to sink in, because I'm like, well, how does this... I don't enjoy this one as much.
So number 5, Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani.
Ooh, this my shit. This my shit. Ooh, this my shit. This my shit.
I'll counter you with the PG friendly lyrics. That's my that's my
Jay wins that one because he's brave enough to say the word shit.
Yeah, well, WVAQ wasn't brave enough to say it. My first job was in 2005, washing dishes at CC's Pizza. That was the summer that song came out. Do you know how many fucking times I had to listen to that song?
Okay, number 6. Jumpin' Jumpin' by Destiny's Child.
Ladies, if you're man at home, the club is full of ballers and the pockets full grown. Now let's summon friends, cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping.
Though we say he's got a girl, yeah, it's true, you got a man, but the... Oh, fuck, how's it go? Oh, my God,
no!
I'm giving it to Joe. Neither of you knew the lyrics, but at least he stayed on melody.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. And then I'm like, no, I don't know what I'm doing.
So, number 7, Vogue by Madonna.
Come on, Vogue, Vogue. Let your body move to the music, move to the music.
Da, da, da. Everyone you know is looking at something ready to go. I'll let you know.
Jay got that one for sure.
That's okay. I don't know the actual words.
Yeah, that's why I sang the only part I actually knew.
Number 8, Over the Rainbow by Judy Garland.
If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow.
Where raindrops taste like lemon drops and almonds and where you'll find me.
Jay's gonna take that one just for knowing the lyrics a little better.
Fuck!
Where troubles melt like lemon drops. That was so cute.
So we're going on accuracy?
The original game was name that tune, and we can't do it because of legal purposes. So now it's sort of like up to me to decide which one I think is more better.
What's the current score situation looking like?
43-1.
Probably. That's how it feels.
Now you understand my side usually.
If this is the game I lose to, then that's okay.
Tell yourself whatever you want, sweetie.
I will.
It is the current score is Joe 3, Jay 5.
Okay.
Don't worry, you still have a chance of winning. I could fuck up a lot.
There's still 6 left.
Okay.
Okay. Number 9, It's My Life, No Doubt.
Oh, it's my life. Don't you forget. Oh, it's my life.
Joe's gonna win this one because I can't get it in my head. It's funny how I find myself. Joe won.
It's funny how I find myself in love with you.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. I was sitting here like, how does this work? Good job, Joe.
Number 10, Fantasy by Mariah Carey.
It's just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. And all in my
think I'm getting the opening right. Every man has a place, in his heart there's a space, and the world can't erase. No, that's not right. Anyways.
No, not even close.
Oh, I think I'm missing up the lyrics with
Yeah, you sang the wrong song, so Joe gets this one.
Earth, Wind, and Fire does a fantasy song, don't they?
I think so.
Wow. This is how my brain works.
And that was Earth, Wind, Fire, and Pollen.
Achoo!
Number 11, Wannabe by the Spice Girls.
Ah, hell yeah.
So here's a story about A to Z. You wanna get with me? You gotta listen to believe. You got instant bass and tenders. Cut me off! Come on! That's 5
Yeah,
seconds.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really want to really zigzag. Ah.
Jay gets that one because his
I'm running out of words. Cut me off.
His lyrics were more accurate.
I know.
So this one's going to be really difficult, but I actually do know some of the lyrics, so I'm curious to see if either of you get any of it.
Fuck.
Non Generation by Edith Piaf.
No, je ne sais rien. No, je ne sais rien.
That's the only... Give me a second. Ne le bien comme fait ne le mieux. I don't remember the noises after that.
You said labia, and that's not even close.
Manafi, mia.
I was trying to make a noise, but it wasn't labia, but that's what pretty much rolled out of my mouth.
There are 3 more to go. 13, 14, and 15. Number 13 is Raise Your Glass by Pink.
Slam, slam, oh hot damn. What part of did you understand? What's the dealio?
Party crasher, panty snatcher. Call me up if you a gangsta.
I love both of them, but I felt like Joe's was more lyrical, so he's getting...
What?
It was more
I
lyrical.
think Jay's was more white mom at the pool party.
Yeah. I thought that was the goal.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, my audio's delayed.
That doesn't matter in this game. Number 14, Fancy by Reba McEntire.
Oh my god.
Here's your one chance, fans, and don't let me down.
I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room rundown shack on the outskirts of New Orleans.
No, you're good. You don't have to keep going, but you get that point 100%.
Hell yeah, I fucking love that song.
So are you guys ready for the very last song?
Oh, I don't think so, but yeah, let's go ahead.
Time to get festive. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere. And the sound of children's laughing fills the air.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing that I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my...
Stop singing this song to me. God damn it. I don't know. I'm going to let you two decide who gets that point.
Oh, I think I won for sure.
Then I think I got the point.
Oh, I definitely got the point.
I definitely got it. Because I was singing the super festive version.
I was singing the super, super festive version.
Which doesn't even exist.
In my mind, it does.
Sounds like it's time for a tiebreaker.
I hate it here.
What did you expect?
Yeah, do you think I was going to be like,
What did you expect from this game that you definitely had prepared that we didn't get off the cusp?
Okay, each of you can sing 5 seconds of a Florence and the Machine song, and whichever one I like the most wins.
No light in your bright blue eyes days I can't believe that love could be so violent.
Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Sorry, I couldn't get the beat in there. Yeah, because he knew your favorite song. It's bias. I knew it. I was gonna lose anyways. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think that's not his favorite. That's my favorite.
I don't like Dog Days, and No Light, No Light is Joe's favorite.
Oh, see, Joe knew that.
I like Dog Days. Don't misunderstand.
No, it's fine.
Well, Beardos, I hear the music coming back on.
His boober is here.
Anyways, the music is coming back on and has in fact been on for a whole fucking moment.
Oh God, it's been here
And
forever.
it's time for us to go, but go call our hotline and leave us a voicemail to open the next episode with. That number is 405-999-2242.
And just like a standing ovation, you guys have at least one part of us standing up nice and tall. If you want to help us out, go and subscribe to our podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates to our social media for any additional sundries that we may add to the market.
That one part standing tall is that curl in my mustache hair that goes up into my nose.
And don't forget to rate us 5 balls and leave a review. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you, and those ratings are what get us found by more listeners like you. We'd be honored if you would do that one small thing for us, and just each of you telling one of your friends about the podcast will double our growth.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and comment and say that I definitely won that game and that Joe lost, because for once I just want this opportunity. So please comment and make suggestions. We would love to hear from you. Email us also at beardsandsundries@gmail.com.
And while that was beautiful, Jay, make sure from all of us here at the Beards and Sundries Market to
Love yourself!
Because we already love you guys.
That was the worst singing I've ever heard, Anthony. Bye!
It was not great. Bye!